The Stone of Asghar, a true tale from Casablanca. My name is Hamza. I live in Casablanca. And I think I inherited a covenant with a Jinn king. It started with astral projection. It ended with a burning stone in my hand that shouldn't exist. In the name of God, may He protect us, listen carefully. If you're curious like me, let this be your warning. I'm 35. I still live with my family. I have 2 sisters, thank God, we get along. I've never had a steady job for long, one position to the next, always searching for something better, something stable. But there's one constant in my life, I can't rest until I understand how things work. If a pump hums in the neighborhood, I want to know who built it, how it pushes water, what's inside it. If something breaks at home, I'm the first to take it apart. My closest friend is Driss. We grew up in the same neighborhood, shared school lunches, and somehow balanced each other, me, the one who chases answers, him, calm and unbothered. There was only one topic that always pulled us apart, the unseen. Jinn, spirits, dreams. Whenever that came up, we argued until we stopped talking for days. One evening I was scrolling Facebook, and a video grabbed me, someone confidently explaining astral projection. Your soul can leave your body, he said. Travel anywhere. See anything. He made it sound easy, music, posture, the right time, and you could be on the other side of the world. I laughed to myself. That night there was a Real Madrid match. I thought, what if I project and watch the game in person, just my soul in the stadium, feeling the roar, while my body lies safe in my room? Right then my phone vibrated. It was Driss. Where are you, man? Kickoff is soon. I told him, save me a seat. I'm finishing something. He sighed the way only Driss can and said, you and your crazy ideas. At the cafe, I explained everything, what I'd read, what I thought might be possible. We can go anywhere, I told him. You always wanted to see China. We could try tonight. He stared at me and said words I wasn't ready to hear. Hamza, you're like a mosquito that never stops circling the ceiling. It buzzes and flies until it lands on a candle and burns. That's how you are. You'll keep chasing and one day you'll burn. No one had ever spoken to me like that. The TV glow flickered across his face, the cafe noise blurred, and something in me went quiet. I left before the match even started. He called afterward, I ignored him. The sting of his words lit a fire in me. I decided, I'll try astral projection tonight. I'll prove him wrong. I researched for 5 days. Techniques, times, breathing, frequencies. I read and read until my eyes hurt. That night I lay down, took deep breaths, and played calming tones. 1 minute passed. Then 2. 10. Nothing. I changed the frequencies, settled in again, tried to empty my mind. Blackness. I woke up at 7:30 a.m. I'd slept like a stone. That's when it hit me, maybe it was all just a relaxation trick. The body finally lets go and you sleep. Maybe that's all it is. But doubt nagged. Could all those people be lying? So many claim they left their bodies. Some say people died or fell into comas trying it. I thought, maybe YouTube hides the real methods. Maybe they're censoring. I turned to forums and books. As a Muslim, one thread struck me, the soul leaves the body in only 2 states, death or sleep. It called astral projection a deception, a door for devils and jinn to enter when you invite them. I remembered what we're taught, sleep is a kind of minor death. Maybe that's why dreams carry us to places that don't exist. Was that the truth behind it? I decided I needed a real book. Something I could hold in my hands. The next morning, I went to a well-known old bookstore in the city. The moment I stepped in, I smelled dust and leather. An elderly man greeted me. I told him what I was looking for. He thought for a moment, then led me to the back. He handed me 3 books. 2 were worn and shapeless. The third still had its cover. When I opened it, the titles hooked me. It was handwritten, ink smudges, margins full of notes, the kind of book that feels like it watched centuries pass. The first page was preparation, intention, isolation, visualization. At the bottom of the page, one line chilled me: whoever enters without knowledge or permission opens the door to devils and jinn. I knew then this was dangerous. I should have closed the book, returned it, and gone home. I didn't. The method in this book was different. No music. No frequencies. Just certain words to be spoken 3 times. I will not repeat them. It is not safe. When I began, my head grew impossibly heavy. My body went numb. I could not lift my arms or legs. My tongue felt thick, useless. I tried to speak the words again, and each time my mouth moved slower, as if something pressed down on me. And then my room vanished. I stood on a mountain path. In the distance, people watched me. They wore old Berber clothing, eyes marked with kohl, their faces unreadable. Their mouths never moved, but their voices reached me as clear as if they were inside my skull. My heart slammed in my chest. It felt like someone had placed stones on my lungs. A man in a white jalaba approached. Calm. Certain. He took my right hand and said, "Welcome, Hamza. You've come exactly where you were meant to be." He pulled a small black stone from his robe and put it in my palm. It burned. Not like a flame on skin, like the heat was under my skin, inside my veins. I tried to recite verses. My tongue would not obey. The pain spread up my arm. I forced my eyes open. I was back in my room, soaking in sweat. My hand looked normal. No marks. But the burn kept eating deeper. I ran to the sink and doused my hand in cold water. The pain stayed. I reached for my phone and played Surah Al-Baqarah. The burning spiked. I paused it, the pain eased. I played it again, the fire returned, sharper this time. That's when I understood, I had stepped into something real. And wrong. I tore through the book until I reached the last page. In bold handwriting, one sentence stood alone: before separating from the world of humans, fortify yourself with the remembrance of Allah. Why was this warning at the end? Why not at the beginning? Was the author careless, or did he want someone like me to fall in? I collapsed into sleep and dreamed of a zawiya. Men in white robes held prayer beads and recited a hymn I didn't recognize. The room emptied until only one man remained, an elder with the same book in front of him. On top of it sat the same black stone that had burned my hand. He looked at me with tired eyes and said, "Come here, my son." He held up the stone. "This is the covenant between me and a jinn tribe in the mountains. Their king is named Askar. One night, as I wrote protective tables, he placed this stone at my feet and said, 'Every letter you write will be bound to this.' He spoke of isolation, 40 days. Of fasting, no meat, nothing with a soul. Of learning jinn names, colors, ranks. After that, he said, 100 jinn obeyed me, each ruling 2 tribes. People called me the son of kings. Some said I could freeze water. Some said I was a jinn in human form." His voice hardened. "But every covenant has a price. Askar returned and warned me, either uphold the pact or he would cut me off and bring death to my line. I have no sons to inherit this. So I wrote this book. I left the door open. And you, Hamza, opened it without finishing what you started." He placed the stone in my hand. "Welcome, my son. You are the inheritor." I snapped awake, the room was dim, the book lay beside me. And there, on the bed, Was the stone? The whispers started, 100 voices at once, thick and close, speaking over each other until they became a storm of sound that I grabbed the book and the stone, ran to the rooftop, and set them on fire. I watched the pages curl and blacken, the stone disappear in ash, but it didn't end. When I played Surah al-Baqarah, I heard another voice reciting along with it. Azkar from somewhere right behind the words. I searched desperately for ways to break a jinn covenant. Most answers led to sheiks selling solutions. My gut told me I'd only be climbing deeper into a pit. Days passed in a blur of whispers. Sometimes I saw a face form in the corner of my vision, the outline of a crown of smoke, the suggestion of eyes in the dark. At last I called Driss. It was the first time since our fight. I told him everything: the video, the failed attempt, the book, the mountain, the stone, the dream, the voice that recited with the recitation. He listened. When I finished, he asked quietly, "Do you still have the stone?" I told him it was back, somehow, even after the fire. He said, "Then break every tie. Bury it where no one human or jinn can reach it." He paused. The sea. That dawn I walked to the shore. The sky was a dull gray, the waves cold and heavy. My hand shook. Every time I looked away, I felt the prick of eyes on me. The whispers rose with the wind. I pulled my arm back and threw the stone as far as I could. It vanished into the water with no sound at all. On the way back, I saw Askar's face everywhere, in the reflections of shop windows, in the shimmer of heat above the road, in the shadow of a power line. I tried to ignore it. I forced my breathing slow. I told myself not to run. Life didn't return to normal, not completely. The voices still visit, though less often. Some nights are quiet, others remind me that I opened a door and that doors, once opened, do not always shut. I stay with my prayers. That I read that consistency is a shield. I don't know if I will ever be fully free, but I know this: the unseen is not a playground. Curiosity without protection is a candle that draws the mosquito closer, until the flame is all it can see. If you feel a pull toward these things, step back. Protect your heart and your home. Ask God for protection. Do not invite what you do not understand. That is my story with astral projection. If you've lived something like this, or if you felt the brush of the unseen, share it, so others can learn. And may God keep us all safe from what we cannot see.